Hey everybody, this is Bridge the Gap, where we talk about all the important life lessons that you are not taught in school. Today I'll be talking about a powerful book by Don Miguel Ruiz called The 4 Agreements. Of the thousands of books that I've read throughout my life, this one is one of the best. You need to read this book if you haven't already. It's so powerful that we should be making high school students read it before they graduate. It can literally change your life. This is a book about living on your own terms. Once you understand the 4 agreements, you begin to live your life navigated by these 4 core values that are discussed in the book. You begin to have the freedom of not caring what your boss, teachers, friends, or even your family thinks of you, because you have the confidence and self-satisfaction in knowing that you are doing all you can do to be the best person you can become. First, let's talk about what an agreement is. An agreement is a belief that you have, and a belief is what you tell yourself every day about the world you live in. The way you talk to yourself, whether it's good or bad, are your beliefs. They can be anything such as money equals happiness, or you're not thin enough, you're not smart enough, you're not disciplined enough, and you're not good enough, and on and on. All the thoughts you have all day telling you what you can and can't do, these are your beliefs, and these are also called agreements. But we can take a step back and we can question things. You don't have to believe your beliefs. You can change them. And more importantly, you can focus on these 4 core beliefs and ignore the noise from the rest of the world which tells you how you should live your life, what you should have, what you should look like, and what you should do with your one and only life. You can live your life on your own terms. Agreement number 1, be impeccable with your word. When you are impeccable with your word, it means that you keep your word to yourself. Your words and your actions are aligned with each other. Look at love, for example. Anyone can say that he loves someone, but love is a verb. It's an action. It's what you do that counts. Being impeccable with your word means that you don't complain, criticize, or talk about people behind their back. You don't gossip, lie, or exaggerate the facts. When other people lie, complain, or are negative, you can forgive them because they don't know the importance of being impeccable with their word. The most important part of being impeccable with your word is that you must keep your word to yourself. If you say you're going to do something, you do it. You honor self-promises. You live with integrity, which means there's no difference between who you are in private and who you are in public. Our words are powerful, especially the ones that you think and say to yourself. We can use our words to bring ourselves and other people down, or we can use them to lift ourselves and others up. We're always using our word to lift up other people. Agreement number 2, don't take anything personally. When you take things personally, you set yourself up to suffer. You can't control what others do, say, or think about you. Someone's opinion of you does not have to become your reality. Most people get hurt when people say something bad about them, but when you follow the first agreement, be impeccable with your word, you can forgive others. Because the only thing that matters is what you think of yourself. Some people are poisoned with their word, and if you take it personally, you accept their poison and it becomes yours. Don't eat other people's emotional garbage. Even if other people tell you how wonderful you are, you know you're wonderful. You don't need other people's opinion, whether it's good or bad. You don't care what others say about you because you believe in yourself. You live without the need of opinions from others. Agreement number 3, don't make assumptions. Don't judge people. All the people in the world are the sum of their own experiences, thoughts, and the influences that they've had throughout their life. We were all taught what to think and what to believe. We were taught to judge others and to judge ourselves. But when you think about it, most of what has happened to us was something that we could not control. We didn't choose our parents. We didn't choose the country or situation we were born in, which often means we didn't choose our own religion. We didn't choose our teachers, coaches, or the kids that happened to grow up in your neighborhood. We didn't even get to choose our own name. Yet we make assumptions, we judge others, we make assumptions about what others are doing and what they're thinking. We defend our assumptions and we try to make others wrong. But when you understand the 3rd agreement, you can go into situations trying to understand things from the other person's perspective, even if you don't agree with it. If others change, it's because they want to change. You can't change anybody. So you don't go into relationships or friendships trying to change the other person. You learn to love and accept people the way they are. You have compassion for others because you recognize that you could be them, and the only reason you're not is because of things that were out of your control. The most important part of agreement number 3 is that we don't make assumptions about ourselves either, about what we're capable of doing or achieving. We all have limiting beliefs that we tell ourselves, that we're not good enough, that success and happiness is for other people. Recognize these limiting assumptions that you have. Question them. Remove them. You are capable of achieving whatever you want in this life. Agreement number 4. Always do your best. Under any circumstance, always do your best. This allows the other 3 agreements to become ingrained habits. Your best is never going to be the same from one moment to the next. Your emotions are alive and changing all of the time. So you don't have to be perfect. Just know that you're trying your best. When you're trying your best, you don't care what your boss or anyone else thinks of you. You know you're doing all you can do, and you take action because you love to, not because you're expecting a reward. Most people go to work just waiting for a payday. They can't hardly wait until the weekend. And they're only working for the reward of money, so they resist work. So on the weekend, they try to escape. They get drunk, they spend money, and they overeat, all to make themselves feel better about a job they hate. We punish ourselves for not being what we think we should be. Nobody abuses us more than we abuse ourselves. The way we judge ourselves is the worst judge that ever existed. We feel stupid or bad or unworthy of love and respect. We need to realize that the more self-love we have, the less our self-abuse will be. There are so many ways we hurt ourselves when we don't like who we are. But when you're doing your best, you don't give your boss or anyone else the ability to judge you because you become your own judge. When you know you're doing your best, you accept yourself and you become really free. You do your best because of you, not because you're trying to please other people. I really hope you check out this book. Imagine living your life without the fear of being judged by others. You love your body just the way it is, so you don't care what other people think or say. Imagine living your life without judging others either. You don't have a need to be right or to make anyone else wrong. You respect yourself and everyone else. Imagine living without the fear of being rejected. Imagine saying I love you with no shame. Imagine walking around in the world completely open and not being afraid to be hurt. Imagine loving yourself just the way you are. Imagine loving your emotions just the way they are. You can live in this state if you live with the 4 agreements. If you would like to buy this book from Amazon, I put a link in the description below. Thanks for listening, and please subscribe if you want to hear about the most important lessons that you are never taught in school. Thank you.